This will be fun. I'm going to take Aidan Hutchinson at number 1,
Okay,
clearly.
yeah, I was
I'm
steal him from you just
not
because.
even going to let there be a chance for me not to get him. I'm wearing the jersey right now. There's no reason for me not to. He was on pace to have the best defensive season in the history of the NFL before he got hurt, and I know it's tough for me to use that logic because of how hard I hammered the point of Kirk Cousins' 8 games. But I'm going to still do it because sometimes you just got to paint narratives when they're in your favor. He's apparently looked really, really good at training camp so far, and I expect him to make a full recovery and go back to being at least top 5 edge, if not top 1.
Yeah, very banged up though, very bad injury. Hopefully he will.
He's not banged up anymore. He's healthy now.
Hopefully he will get back to the player that he was
He
looking
will.
like. We'll have to see. It's a tough injury.
He will.
Unfortunately, that leaves me with the incredibly hard decision.
want
of the top
Latu?
2. No, I don't, but he could be an honorable mention. Never know.
Yeah.
He's been emerging as a top pass rusher for the Colts. But between in my opinion, the real top 2 edge rushers in the NFL, I think I'm going to go with Myles Garrett. TJ Watt had a couple of a little issues last season. I'm going to go with Myles Garrett, 14 sacks, 88 pressures. He was very good, and he's been very good, always in the depoy race. And he didn't smash anybody with a helmet this season.
He did not. No,
so
he did not. Yeah.
I'm going to take Myles Garrett.
I'll be honest. I don't even really want anybody between T.J. Watt, Micah, or Max Crosby. I don't even really want one, but I can't allow you to get Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt just because it just won't look good. So for that reason, I'll have to take T.J. Watt here and combine Aidan Hutchinson and T.J. Watt, which is of course a dominant duo. We've seen him get close. Did he break the sack record? Or did he tie it?
He might have tied it.
I think he tied. I can't remember. But regardless, he's always going to be in that running. He got his situation figured out with the Steelers, so he's going to be a Steeler now. And I think that's the best case scenario for him. He's been so dominant in Pittsburgh. I think he needs to stay with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, now again, there's 2 guys who I'm deciding between here. I'm going to go with the guy we talked about earlier in the pod. Both of them, actually, have been talked about earlier in the pod that I'm deciding between.
Yep.
Um,
Not Mad Max.
I think I'm gonna go Micah Parsons. He's a little more versatile, where he can almost drop back. He's so quick, but he did have 12 sacks last season. Was less than the other player.
But he also missed like 5 games.
He missed games. Only played 13 games as opposed to 17. So he's dominant. He's one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. It doesn't matter. 2 forced fumbles only, but I'm taking him. I think his talent's going to be there, and as long as he finds his way onto the football field this season, that's probably the main concern at this point with what's going on.
Agreed.
With both players.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to take Micah had you not taken him. I'm not going to take Dre Henderson. I'm not going to take Max Crosby. I'm going to take Will Anderson.
Okay.
From the Texans. Danielle Hunter, of course, had better stats last year. He had those stats because he's the second best edge on that team, and he's the best second edge in the entire NFL. That's why his stats were better. Will Anderson was able to take that pressure away from him a little bit. But Will Anderson is a better edge rusher. He's more well-rounded. And I think we're going to be sitting here talking a couple years from now about him being the best edge rusher in football.
Yeah, so for my third pick, I'm not going to go with Max Crosby. I'm going to go with Trey Hendrickson, 17.5 sacks last season. He was incredible. Pro Bowl. Hopefully he gets his contract situation figured out this season and will be on the football field, whether it's with the Bengals or with a different football team. But I'd love to see that get going, and I'm going to forego him for Max Crosby.
All right, that brings us to your first pick for D-tackle.
The injuries is really what concerns me with Max Crosby a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
For D-tackle, I'm going to go with Dexter Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah. He was great last season with the Giants. He was very dominant. He had a very good stretch during the season. I do think he's the best D-tackle in the NFL. He's great in the pass rush, fantastic in the run game. Just all around had a huge double team rate and was still getting sacks a lot, or at least a lot of pressures. I believe he's the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been my number 2 pick for sure. I'm going to go with Chris Jones 1 still. I still think Chris Jones is the leader in the clubhouse for D-tackles. He's, what is he, like 31 years old now or something? He still has a 90.8 PFF grade, 5.5 sacks last year. He was phenomenal. He got that contract, was it 2 years ago?
I believe it was 2, yeah.
Yes, because he got it right before that Chiefs, or no, it was last year. No, 2 years ago, because it was right before that Chiefs-Lions game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. But regardless, I think he's the best D tackle in the league, and I would have taken him if I had the first pick, and I'm going to take him here at the second pick.
Okay, for my second pick at defensive tackle, there's a couple guys, but I'm gonna go with DeForest Buckner.
Okay, there you go.
I gotta
Pick
get
the
him
Colt.
somehow.
How many
He's
Colts
been-
do you have now? 2, 3? Three.
I believe that is
Quentin
three.
Nelson, JT,
JT,
and
Quentin Nelson, and now
Defoe.
DeForest Buckner, the three best players on the team.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with DeForest Buckner. He's great in the pass rush. He can make plays there. He's huge. He's solid in the run game, and getting paired with a guy like Grover Stewart has been very good for him in his career. I think he can continue his success this season. This Colts defense is going to be better than it was last season. They have more talent on the back end with their DBs and a new defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo. So I think he's due for another very good season.
Here with my second pick of the D tackle round, I'm going to go with Jalen Carter. We're at the point where I think we're going to start to see this. I mean, we saw it last year. Obviously, they won the Super Bowl, and it was already like, okay, wow, we really let the Eagles get fucking Jalen Carter. But I think that's just going to become more and more apparent as the years go by. I think he's just going to become better and better. And then we look at the guys like Dexter Lawrence isn't too old, Chris Jones is getting old. We're getting to the point at this position where it's not going to be too difficult to be the best player in the league at this position. I think Jalen Carter is more than headed there. So give me Jalen Carter for my second pick of this round.
Yeah, this is a challenging position here. I think I might just stick with New York for my third player almost and go Quinnen Williams.
Okay.
I also like Derek Brown, though. He's great in the run game. And then there's Matabuke.
Where does he go?
I think I'll just stick with Quinnen Williams.
All right.
A lot of sacks. He can get to the quarterback. Very good pressure rate, good PFF grade. I'm going to get the two New York defensive tackles or interior defensive linemen. I'll go Quinnen Williams.
Okay, that brings me to my final pick of this round, and I am going to go with Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans. He's an absolute game wrecker. I know that's a name that is just thrown around to every decent D tackle as their game wrecker, but
Yeah.
he truly is that. He's great against the run. He can get home against the quarterbacks, and he was possibly going to be traded last deadline. He didn't get traded, and if the Titans want to compete anytime soon, they should hold on to him because he's one of the best in football.
Yeah, he is very good.
Okay, that brings us to linebacker, and I will lead us off with Fred Warner as my number one overall pick from the. Oh, hold on,
I think you already said it.
I didn't take a line last round.
Oh, you didn't. Who could you have taken, though?
Ali McNeil.
Yeah, I mean, another guy who's very banged up, though.
I mean, yeah,
Coming off of
it's
an
not gonna be
injury.
back till like Thanksgiving, but at the earliest, probably not even Thanksgiving. But regardless, I'll take Fred Warner here. 132 tackles last year, 90 PFF grade. Just continues to be the best linebacker in football. He's the highest paid linebacker for a reason. Actually, Roquan might be higher than him now. I'm not sure, but I'm going to take Fred Warner. He is the heart of that San Francisco defense, which we'll talk about it when we get to the division previews here in the next couple weeks, but I'm very high on the Niners going into the year.
Yeah, I'm going with Roquan Smith. He was up there in the NFL lead for tackles. Very good All-Pro. He anchors that Ravens defense, which I think that defense is going to be better this season than it was last year. I think he's just going to continue to get better. He's good. The Ravens defense without him is a lot worse than it is with him. So
Yeah.
I'm taking Roquan Smith.
All right. That brings me to my next pick here. Ooh. I'll get back in the Lion train. I'll take Jack Campbell here. He had another phenomenal year. I think he had like an 87 PFF grade or something in his second season. We say all the time, linebacker and corner are like the two hardest positions for these rookies to learn in their first year. He struggled a bit his rookie season, but he comes out in a year where he loses Anzalone, he loses Derek Barnes, he loses Malcolm Rodriguez. He lost so many linebackers in that room, and he had to do it all himself, and he was still able to be the Mike in his second year. He was still able to be the best coverage linebacker, still able to get home for sacks. Jack Campbell is going to be one of the best in the league very, very soon.
Yeah, with my pick, I'm going to go Zach Bond. He was incredible last season. I believe he was first-team All-Pro. Got a huge extension, 90.1 PFF grade. First year with the Eagles, really just took it by storm. So I'm going Zach Bond. I think he could be top 3 But yeah, he was great last season, and I hope he can continue it, and this Eagles defense can continue to stay dominant as long as he's that force there.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with another guy similar to Bond who unexpectedly went off last year. I'm going to go with Frankie Louvu. 125 tackles, 5 sacks, 29 pressures, 87 PFF grade for him. He was a big reason why this Commanders defense didn't completely fall apart in the middle of the season when they weren't looking great. Their corners aren't great. Their defensive line is up and down at times, but he was able to really keep that linebacker core in order. He's a hard hitter. He's the leader of this defense, and I'm going to take Frankie Louvu for my final linebacker.
Yeah, this one is this last pick. I don't even know if I really want to make a pick here. This is going to be tough. There's some young guys you could go with. I could go with a guy like Zaire Franklin, who's been a tackle merchant maybe in his career.
You're not taking Zaire Franklin?
No, I'm not taking Zaire Franklin.
Shaquille Leonard?
I wish Shaquille Leonard should be on this list. He should still be elite talent. Injuries just took Shaquille Leonard from us. Looks like Jerry Jones said not to worry about Micah Parsons. So
Good.
He said don't lose sleep over it.
All right.
Um,
Not sure if Dallas fans are going to be able to do that, but
yeah. I can't go Bobby Wagner. I think I'll go with technically a former Colt, Bobby Okereke.
okay.
He's been good with the Giants defense. He's been very consistent over the last couple seasons. Did have a decent PFF grade. New scheme for them last season, so it took him a little bit of adjusting, but I'll go Bobby Okereke.
Okay, that brings you to cornerback for your first pick.
And yeah, that's the easiest.
Yeah.
One of these picks so far. Pat Surtain,
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year, best cornerback in football. Locks down your top weapon. Couple interceptions last season. He's a star and the best cornerback in football, so I got Pat Surtain.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this is tough. Here's my problem with who I'm about to pick here. It's somebody that I thought was pretty overhyped after their rookie season. I know they had such a good rookie year. I continue to talk about how they're overhyped, and there's other corners in the league who are just as good as him, just don't have flashier names, and they don't get the recognition that he does. But last year showed me something. Sauce Gardner was able to have a tough start of the year. His defense was not nearly as good as it was in his first 2 seasons, and then he bounces back and is one of the best corners in the league for the second half of the year. So I'll go with Sauce Gardner for my first pick.
Yeah, I would have picked Sauce Gardner if I had the opportunity. I kind of want to go with Trent McDuffie.
Okay. I like it.
I think he was the highest graded cornerback by PFF in 2024.
87.1.
He was great. This Chiefs defense seems to always be very good. And, yeah, I'm going to go with him. I think he had 2 interceptions. He's young as well. I think he can continue to get better, and he's in the same scheme. So I don't see him getting any worse. So I'm going to go with Trent McDuffie.
Okay, I'm taking DJ Reed here. Lions signed him from the Jets. I guess I'm taking the Jets cornerback room from last year.
Yeah.
With DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. But he's a lockdown man corner. He is perfect for this Lions system. And once again, Terrion Arnold gets to take a step back and be cornerback 2, which is huge for the Lions. And DJ Reed is a significant upgrade from Carlton Davis, in my personal opinion. So give me DJ Reed as my second corner.
Yeah, I'm deciding between 2 players, but I think I'll go with Jalen Johnson. He's been great with the Bears defense. They've been better and better. I believe he had 4 interceptions last season, had a great PFF grade. He's lockdown corner for the Bears defense, makes their defense better. I'm going with Jalen Johnson.
All right, and for my last corner here, I'm going to take Travis Hunter. I'm going to.
That's something I was deciding between kind of 3 guys, and he was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take him. I want to be able to continue to take rookies. And who was the other rookie? Oh, Tate Ratledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take Travis Hunter. Do you get credit if he's a good receiver too? If you take him as a corner?
I'm gonna say no.
All right, I'm gonna say yes. So no, I expect him to be a great corner for Jacksonville. I think he arguably outside of Abdul Carter was the best player in the draft. So I will take Travis Hunter to round out my team, and that brings us to our final category, I believe here, Mike, with safety. And it's This list is hilarious. I'm going to take Brian Branch as my number one safety. I think he's the hardest hitting safety in the league. He's able to play linebacker if he needs to in the box. He's able to play back if he wants to. He's played some slot corner. He's the most versatile safety possible to pick here if you're looking at skill level. All pro. Got to take Brian Branch.
Yeah, there's 2 guys that I want, 3 that I think I'll end up taking. I'll go Kyle Hamilton first with the Ravens defense. Does everything he can. He can do everything on the football field. He's huge, versatile, can tackle the ball, can cover tight ends mainly. He was dominant all season against tight ends, and I do believe Kelsey, or maybe it was Kincaid, got a touchdown on him in the playoffs.
Yep.
But he's a dominant safety. I think he's the best in football personally, so I'll go with Kyle Hamilton.
I believe it was Kincaid because they didn't play the Chiefs.
No, yeah.
It
might have been the regular season where Kelsey got
it could have
on
been.
him.
Yeah, it could have been. That would have been week 1 if it happened, though, because they played week 1.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Kirby Joseph here and take both Lions at safety. He led the league in picks this year. He's the number 1 best ball hawk in football right now. And the Lions were able to get him in the 3rd round a couple of years ago. Maybe I'll put up my tweet here where I said they should pick him in the 3rd round. But regardless, he was an All-Pro last year, didn't make the Pro Bowl somehow. But I am going to get both Lions safeties, the best safety duo in the league, and I get to get them both.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the other guy I wanted, Antoine Winfield Jr. He was great with the
You're giving me my
Buccaneers.
dream draft.
What?
You're giving me my dream draft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have your dream draft. I have my dream draft, personally.
Damn, dream draft off. Draft off.
He was great in coverage all season, could tackle the ball, intercept, did have a little bit of injury issues last year, but I think he's at least a top 3 safety in the NFL. So I got Antoine Winfield.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jesse Bates here as my 3rd safety. He was in a spot last year where his corners were horrible. His corners weren't horrible, but his pass rush couldn't get home at all. They were the worst pass rush in the entire NFL, and most safeties will end up being the ones who get burnt on that. He was not the one who got burnt on that. He was able to still be one of the best safeties in the league despite it. So I get my dream draft, both Lions and Jesse Bates.
And I guess I'll take Derwin James then.
There you go.
Has had some injury troubles throughout his career, but was good last season. Had a ton of tackles, could intercept the ball. He was dominant. Another guy I think who can go up against Titans. Maybe it was him. No, you know what? He rocked Travis Kelce is what I'm thinking of. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Derwin James as my 3rd safety.